concepts of what we want to see happen with the flow of the workflow. I mean, I can take a stab at some things that we can talk about at that meeting, but, I don't feel comfortable talking to anybody, in between the meetings.
Yeah, well, you can.
Right.
Yeah. But as I said, you seem to have an idea of what direction this should be taking in terms of, talking points and that sort of thing.
Yeah, the only thing I lack is the institutional knowledge of how this has always worked in some of the, so I can bring some concepts, but I don't know that I completely understand our process yet, being so new to this.
Yeah,
Right.
It's a great point. Joan, may I? One of the things I just wanted to mention to you all, because a lot of you are so new, the last time that the Public Art Committee reviewed this, what they did with the guidelines is they took out a lot of the outdated information that was in there and just kind of tightened it up quite a bit. And then we sent the guidelines and the master plan to the city attorney, and he reviewed them. He didn't really have a problem with the guidelines as much as he felt like the master plan was lacking. So, that might be something that you kind of take a look at, maybe the guidelines again, since you all have new eyes to kind of take a look at it from before. But I think it's the master plan where you need to kind of decide, some more specifics or whatever.
Right.
So lacking in specificity?
It was just too general.
Well, one of the things that we deleted were all of the original organizational points because we're organized. So we felt there was no point in leaving in all the, structural things. It's just like, the foundation's been laid. We're not going to lay yet another foundation because it's there already. And I think the city attorney felt that by deleting all of that material, it kind of weakened it a bit. But again, I think we need to go back to him and find out exactly what he felt the weaknesses were, because so much time has passed since we did this. I mean, we did this at the June meeting last year. And I know that it went through a number of edits for formatting.
Right.
And then it got lost in the turmoil of losing so many of the original members and reappointing people, as Diane said, So, and as you said, the institutional knowledge of what we've done. So we've basically back to square one.
I kind of look at a master plan as creating the current in the stream so that when things come in, it's like they just get part of that stream. And if it doesn't belong there, it starts shooting off because it's not part of our plan. So I think we need to, I think Lucianne has made mention of this a number of times because it helps you make some of those tougher decisions because that's a great idea, but it's not part of our master plan. We'll have to revisit that. And it keeps you on course with the current.
Okay. So everybody's got a lot of homework to do? Lucianne?
If we have ideas, can we send them to Diane? And is it okay for those to become part of the package we get before the meeting? Is that crossing the line?
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea where the lines are.
Yeah. Believe that's acceptable.
Yeah, part of agenda. Yeah, part of agenda. We could check. We'll check.
Check.
Yeah, because I know informational exchange.
Because it has to be shared like that, otherwise we come into
Exactly.
that meeting and you're seeing it for the first
Right.
time, and it's like we can't make any traction that way.
As long as it's informational and no
Discussion.
committee meeting member responds to it,
Right.
then that's fair game. I communicate with the rest of the BOC that way. I specifically say do not respond to it.
Right.
But they already have it in hand.
Well, it was kind of like when we took meetings at the, Joan and I and I think it was Sherry Orr, so we took notes at the BOC workshop, kind of thing. And then we compiled all three of them and sent it out, kind of thing, because it was just informational. So
Right.
thank you, yeah. So I believe, from what I'm hearing, it sounds like if you will take a look at it, maybe make some bullets about some things, and then send it directly to me, then I could compile them similar to what I did on the Excel file with when you all were looking at different cities and what their insurance requirements are. That way, I can compile it all together and then get it back to you all so you can review it before the next meeting
Right.
or before the workshop.
Right.
How's that sound?
Yeah, that sounds great. I think, as Costa pointed out, I think the kind of, the issue is response with either a discussion point or an opinion, especially an opinion.
Right.
So the best, the best course of action is just not respond. And, that's the one.
That's really hard.
I know. Well, I keep repeating myself on this. This committee is, art and all of this thrives on communication, and we can't. So, it's not like the other committees where they have very strict ordinances to follow, and that, the whole idea of the committee meeting is the application of the ordinances, and, we're working with art projects. Okay, speaking of art projects, also in your package, there is a printout of a piece of art that's being installed in Tampa International Airport. And they are spending millions and millions of dollars in artwork for the airport. And I don't know if you guys saw it, it's a giant flamingo that looks like he's feeding underwater.
So cool.
And it's made of resin. And I think they're spending upwards of, I think it was $250,000 on this.
Wow.
So, it's kind of interesting to look what other people are doing and what they're spending. And we're tightening our belts a lot more than that, so. But anyway.
We don't have the revenue of the airport.
No, we don't. No, we don't. Okay. Diane, any city announcements?
No.
Okay. Any additions to the agenda for April? Oh, also in your packets, there's the Public Art Committee brochure. And last year, we decided to print them in-house for this very reason, so that they're easy to update. So if you want to take a look at it, if you want to change the design, any of the pictures, we can talk about that next month. Leo?
Just quick, my last
I
name is
misspelled
spelled,
your name.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's it, but
Mine is also not a capital.
Ah, okay. Sorry.
This is so important.
Okay. All right, so we'll fix the names and, but the design of it, anybody have any comments about the illustrations that are used, the photographs? We can take that up next month and give you a chance to think about it. Okay, our next regular meeting is April 14th at 2:00 here in the media room. Our workshop to discuss the master plan and the general guidelines is scheduled for March 30th, a Monday at 1:00, also here. Okay. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Lucy, and second?
Second.
Meeting is adjourned at 2:45. Thank you all.
I have a non-public art announcement to make, if I may.
Sure.
On the Fine Arts Festival this weekend, sponsored by the Chamber. I coordinate the artists for that event, and I am looking for people to work midday and afternoon shifts, Saturday and Sunday, to provide relief for artists who need to take a short break. We call them artist hosts, booth sitters, whatever. But if any of you are interested in signing up for a slot, it's a very interesting way to see the show because you're actually in communication with the artists that you're helping out. So any takers, I'm here to take.
Okay.
Joan, may I ask?
Sure.
I just wanted to add one thing. If you are going to send me, your thoughts on the guidelines and everything, if you can do that earlier than later because that workshop is on a Monday. And I have a huge event in Craig Park on the 28th, the Art of Health, on Saturday. So that's going to take up, pretty much my entire weekend. So if you could get it to me beforehand, I'd really appreciate it so I can compile it
Why don't you
correctly
give
for
us
you.
a deadline, Diane? That works.
The Thursday before the 28th, if possible.
Okay.
Because Friday, I'm going to be out at Craig Park all day, so setting up. And I hope you all will come. That's it, thank you.
Okay, that would be the 26th. The deadline is 3/26.
Thank you.
Okay, I will keep the, I'm certain the same people will move to adjourn in second, but now our adjournment time is 2:47. Thank you all.